My hair's a goddamn mess now. Haven't had a haircut in like 2 months, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so more gray area bullshit. Today, I know what I want to talk about. We're gonna have relatively keyblades there. We're gonna have relatively focused topic and then a broader one. So, I wanted to talk about Gears Tactics. I have never played a tactics game before, like any turn-based strategy games. Like the closest thing I had to play, or the closest thing I had was Halo Wars. And Halo Wars was a real-time strategy game where this is turn-based. Then again, like honestly, I don't know if there is a difference, and I don't know if they're classified as two different things, so I'm sorry. Granted, I know you're some big gamer or whatever. You should know this shit. Whatever. I don't know everything. So, playing Gears Tactics, really, really like it. The story is really good. I do believe it follows, I haven't beaten it yet. I'm not as far as I thought I would be. I am only on Act 2. And Gears games usually have 5 acts. So, 5 acts, 4 acts, whatever. Regardless, I'm not even halfway done with the game. Not like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a strategy game person. Playing this, though, I really like it. It's really cool. Apparently, a lot of other people like it. It's the same people who made XCOM. And it's really nice because I enjoy it, not playing one of these before, and everybody else enjoys it and says that it's like better than I would have thought it would be. Because like, you know, mashing genres together or mashing different properties with a different genre than what they're actually started as is a little weird. Like Halo Wars went through the same thing, and now this, you know, Gears Tactics is kind of the same. So I really like it. I really enjoy it. I think it's really, really good. Has a really cool list of characters, and it takes a little bit getting used to because I'm sitting here and I like, even while I'm playing the game, I just feel like I can just pick it up and control somebody and just shoot and do my own thing. And or I think about what I would do if I was playing first person, or like if I was controlling the characters and like, okay, this is what I would do. I would slide over here, shotgun this guy, and reload it up. But yeah, it's actually really, really, really nice. It's a really good game so far. I fought a Brumok already, and the Brumok fight wasn't that bad. The biggest pain in the ass is just having, while you're fighting the Brumok, you have other enemies come in periodically to fight you as well. They're not strong enemies, but they become a pain in the ass. But here's the one thing I want to talk about. The one thing that I really, really, really want to talk about, and I'm going to switch this over real fast. I'm going to switch this over so you guys can understand. And I'm recording this on OBS, by the way, so you guys can understand and get it. So I'm going to switch this over. So right here, we have, oh crap, I forgot. There we go. So right here, we have Gabe Diaz, main character. I'm assuming is Kate's dad. I'm assuming. I don't know yet, but I guess I'll get there and see if that's the case, either dad or grandfather. I'm pretty sure it's father. Here's the thing that I didn't know was a thing and I didn't know it was going to be a part of this game or anything like that. The big thing, the one little detail that I absolutely love about this game. So you have Gabe. Gabe doesn't start out with that armor. I gave him the trooper armor, so he can just start out like that, like he did. The fact that you have different armors for characters is awesome. And granted, I'm going to preface this. I already said, I haven't played an XCOM game. This may be exactly like XCOM to where you have different armor for your characters and different weapons for your characters. That may be true and that may be the case. However, here's the one thing that I hope to God that, and this is the main topic of this gray area, RPGs. I love RPGs. And the fact that they give you full customability over the Lancer is just nuts. Let me show you. You want a different stock on it? You can have a different stock on your Lancer. That's cool. We can do that. You want to put a crit chance on there? Yeah, sure, why not? Back it up. What about a mag? You want like a really big mag? Big mag, and it says accuracy bonus or whatever. Yeah, cool. You want a different sight on your gun? We got 2 to pick from. You know what? Might as well do that. You want a different barrel? You want that muzzle brake? You want that power barrel? Okay, so we come back, and this is our new Lancer now. And it's all decked out. That is not a Lancer that you see anywhere else in a Gears game. You want to make it different colors? We can make it blue. You want to do something else to it? You want to paint a different metal? You want to make a car paint? You want to make it chrome? You want to make a bit shine? We can do that. Default metal, painted steel, tank metal, like whatever the hell you want to do, you can do it. You can have all these customizations to not only the regular Lancer, but the Retro Lancer as well. I put a scope on the Retro Lancer. This one doesn't have a stock yet, but I put a different barrel on it. Or the sniper rifle. You don't see that sniper rifle at all. Normal long shot barrel looks like that. Every Gears fan knows that. That's what a normal long shot barrel looks like. You want to put a wrap on it? There's a wrap. You want to put a light barrel on it? There's a light barrel. What I'm getting at, okay? What I'm getting at is all of this is amazing. Like for a tactics game, I don't know if this is a normal thing to where you have different types of barrels and like different weapon attachments for your characters. I don't know. However, this right here, this sort of weapon customization, and even I'd go as far to say as the armor, choosing different armor for people, everything like that. That is absolutely awesome because you can go in, just don't mind Coltrane. You can go in and change these people's armor and they can have different stuff. You can change their weapons and weapon loadouts and different attachments and everything. Even the Nasher shotgun has different stuff you could put on. That's a sight on the Nasher. That's a different barrel. That's a different handle. Like, I'm loving this. This is amazing. And I said this whenever, like on the first time I streamed this game and I started playing it and everything and realized that you had all this to work with. If they were to ever make Microsoft, if you were to ever make a Gears RPG or a Halo RPG, this is the shit that you need. Because I know I've wanted a Halo RPG ever since like they made Halo Reach and Halo ODST. I almost said Halo Wars again. And the Spartan Ops missions and all of that, and there's multiple things in like Halo multiplayer to where like you're your own Spartan and the multiplayer is you basically training. I want there to be a Halo RPG. If you make a Gears RPG, I'll be all about that. I didn't even think about all this stuff until I saw it right in front of my face. I didn't even think about all this stuff. I didn't even think about a Nasher shotgun with a red dot sight on it. I didn't think about a Lancer with a different barrel or magazine or stock attachments. Granted, the stocks, you can definitely tell the stocks have changed from over the years of Lancers and things like that. And now we have a grenade launcher Lancer, and that's a whole entire thing. Regardless, Microsoft, if you are to ever make a Gears or Halo RPG, this is the shit that I want. There's a lot more, and I granted, I say the shit that I want, but I think this would be appreciated by everybody who plays these games. So like I said, I've always wanted a Halo RPG. The problem is I don't want a hard numbers based RPG. And what do I mean by that? There is a difference between an RPG like Fallout, to where yes, 100% yes, Fallout has a leveling system and technically everything is level based in Fallout because it's an RPG and that's how it is. Same thing with Skyrim. Yes, everything is level based, whatever. The difference between, we'll just say, Fallout and Skyrim and Destiny, The Division, Borderlands is in Fallout and Skyrim, you have hard numbers on everything. Or not hard numbers, but you have, I misspoke, I'm sorry. You have the level scaling in that game, in both of those games, are scaled to you. Okay? So if you go to fight a dragon, that dragon is not going to be level whatever. Like, we'll just say you're level 10. The dragon's not going to be level 35. You're level 10, that dragon's going to be either level 10 or level 15, somewhere between those two, or, those. And it's not going to be impossible for you. It's going to be a challenge. In Destiny, in The Division, in Borderlands, and I'm assuming many other things, I don't know if I can pull Warframe into it because I haven't played enough. Those give you solid numbers. In Destiny, if you are, let's just say, 100 light levels below what you're fighting, you're not going to deal damage to it. Literally no damage. If you play The Division and your gear score or your level is X lower than this guy, you're not going to barely deal any damage. And not only that, but The Division, all the enemies in The Division are basically bullet sponges. In Borderlands, numbers are law. It doesn't matter how good you are with a sniper rifle. It doesn't how quick you can, how good at quick scoping you are. If your sniper rifle is not leveled up, or if you don't have a level whatever sniper rifle, or if you aren't level whatever, and the person is 20 levels above you, you're not going to deal shit worth of damage. And like in Borderlands, as opposed to the other two that I mentioned, Borderlands is very, very heavy on the numbers, to where as long as you have the numbers, you can win any fight no matter how shitty you are at FPSs. It's just how it is. And that's one of the reasons I don't like Borderlands, is because you can basically sit there, and as long as you have a shield that keeps on regenerating for whatever reason, like the old Borderlands stuff used to be, or if you have a shotgun that deals 999 damage per pellet, you're gonna one-shot everything. Like, as long as you have the numbers in Borderlands, it doesn't matter how good you are as a FPS shooter. I like games that are more skill-based. Granted, Destiny and The Division have their number advantages and everything. The Division more than Destiny does. But there's still skill there. To me, Borderlands doesn't require that. Now, for something like Skyrim and Fallout, it's kind of a mixture of both. To where, like, it is definitely more skill based and more I don't want to say tactical, but it's weird. It's definitely more skill based than anything, because you have to, in Fallout, if you're going to sneak up on into an entire camp, you have to do it from long range, and if you're going to shoot at somebody, you got to shoot at them with a silent sniper rifle, or else they're going to roughly know where you are within a few shots. And if you miss one shot, then you're done. Fallout and Skyrim have, or Fallout and Elder Scrolls, because I keep on saying Skyrim, sorry. Fallout and Elder Scrolls have a stealth system in place, whatever. The thing that I'm thinking, if they made a Gears RPG or a Halo RPG, that to me would make the most amount of sense. More Halo than Gears, because I haven't thought about a Gears RPG in depth yet, but I have thought very extensively about a Halo 1. Give us these customizations to our weapons. Hell, you can even go to the route that Halo 5 went and have specific versions of weapons like Linda's assault rifle or Linda's pistol, Chief's AR, Chief's Magnum, Fred's DMR, and have it do X, Y, or Z. Fred's DMR just so happens to have 20 rounds in the magazine. Does less damage, but it has 20 rounds in the magazine. You could do that. You could do things like that, but also let us put whatever customization options we want to on our weapons. Same thing with our armor. Armor would probably be a little bit different to where you would have the cosmetic side to where you can make your Spartan look whatever way you want. But then on the interior, you would have to put you would have to call them like armor mods or something like that to where they would plasma damage is reduced by 50%. But it doesn't do much against regular gunfire. And because the Halo universe kind of has 3 factions to where it's the UNSC, the Covenant, and I think they're called the Indies or the Rebels or something like that. Since there's 3 different factions, you could easily go up against other humans, which I'm kind of disappointed that we haven't done in a Halo game yet. But I think it has to deal with ratings and stuff. I don't know. My thing is if you're going to make something like a Halo RPG, don't make it numbers based. You can put it to the extent to where, let's just say there's this mission that you have to do. And this mission, you have to assassinate a Covenant leader. Okay. So basically what you would do is you would level this mission a legendary difficulty. Let's just say. And every single enemy in there is like the highest that it can go, like elite, God, what are their names? Like elite zealots and brute chieftains and not every enemy, but a lot of them. To where if this person is a high profile Covenant badass or whatever, that he's going to have a lot of people on him. Not only that, but if you bring the wrong weapons in with you, think about it this way. Covenant have to have certain shields that act a certain way, which means that they could technically be harder to deal with than regular grunt type enemies. So your shot from a normal sniper rifle round may not even penetrate the shield. Granted, I know you're getting into like the legendary status of everything, and I get that. But legendary is basically everything is a bullet sponge in Halo. The only time to me legendary makes sense is whenever you put the one skull on that basically ups everybody's rank, and you are fighting like the top of like grunts and brutes and elites and all that. The thing that I would do is just have it make sense. If you're going to assassinate a Covenant leader, that leader's obviously going to have super heavy shields. You want to know what you're going to need for that? Something that packs a super heavy punch. And you can have people go in and really not do that. The other thing that would be nice is if they implied a really, really, really good stealth system in Halo. Halo Reach had something like it, and Halo ODST had something like it, but a really good stealth system would be nice. But you can make these things. You can make these RPGs to where you give players many missions and they play their own gear or they play their own Spartan or whatever the hell it is, and you can have it not be 100% numbers based. Yeah, sure, you can have ranks to where your Spartan is like a Lieutenant Spartan or a Spartan Sergeant or whatever like that. Granted, I know Spartans don't have ranks in lore. I get it, but just bear with me here. You can have this stuff and have them earn whatever cosmetic because of their rank or what have you. If you start putting numbers into it, to me, that's where it loses its core values. Because Gears and Halo have always been about skill. Like, if you're talking about multiplayer stuff, it's always been about skill. no matter what, you can always really come out on top as long as you're the better player. Sometimes it's even like that whenever you go into the campaign. Granted, yes, everything's a bullet sponge on legendary difficulty or insane difficulty, but even still, if you're smart and you're a good enough player and you know how to move around and everything like that, it's based on skill. What I'm saying is, don't make it to the extent to where no matter what, you're going to have to put 50 sniper rounds into this, we'll just say, elite, high-profile target, and that kills him because he's just a bullet sponge because it's on the X difficulty and because it's like this level or whatever. Like, I'm saying, have it make sense. If you go on normal missions and you fight normal things, then yes, you're going to deal with normal difficulty enemies to where they have not grunt shields, but like normal infantry shields and everything like that. Occasionally you may run into a higher profile guy to where you're like, oh man, that dude's wearing red armor. Well, shit. Or that dude's wearing white armor. Well, that's different. He is different somehow. Let's figure it out. And just go from there. That's the way that I would create these RPGs. You want to make, like, let's just say for Gears, for instance, a Grenadier doesn't have very much armor. So a sniper rifle or a shotgun blast at point blank is going to kill him. But they'll come charging at you because they're shotgunners and they're grenadiers. And the only probably reason why I'm thinking about Grenadiers charging at you is because I've been playing tactics. But even still, like, you can have it. Theron guards in Gears, granted, I know I'm talking Gears 1 through 3, right? Or, yeah, 1 through 3 right now. But Theron guards in Gears are supposed to be tough. I think whenever I was playing back through Gears 1 through 3, Theron guards weren't actually any tougher. They just had different weapons, which technically you can do in a Gears RPG, but it would make more sense if, like, Theron guards, their clothes aren't just for show. Like, they actually protect against something and they actually cause you to put more bullets into them or whatever. You can technically do the same thing with Gears. But still, this is all just pipe dream stuff. And this is all just me talking about RPGs for many other games. And the only reason why I harp on the the Halo one so much is because if you've played Halo 5, Halo 5 ends in such a good place for there to be a Halo RPG. Spoiler warning. So basically, Cortana practically makes nowhere safe for humanity, or those of which who are on the UNSC Infinity. The UNSC Infinity holds, I do believe, all of the Spartan 3s. Because all of the Spartan 4s, sorry. All of the Spartan 4s are on the UNSC Infinity. You can have people play as a Spartan 4 and go off and do missions on planets and stuff. Because as of right now, as far as I know, in Halo, the UNSC Infinity is the main base of operations for everything right now because of what's going on and what Cortana did and everything. So you can easily have people go out and do that and do missions and whatever, come back, and then like have your regular scheduled Halo game to where it's Master Chief. In my personal opinion, Halo 5 is the best Halo to date. I don't mean story, I mean gameplay. Halo 5 made you really feel like a Spartan. I 100% felt like a Spartan whenever I was playing that game, and it was great. It was awesome. I love the mobility that you had and everything. Everything that they describe a Spartan as in the books and all the lore and everything like that, that's what you became in Halo 5, and it was great. But I digress. I'm a really big fan of RPGs that give you a blank slate character and say, here, customize your character. This is who you are. Now go out in the world and do your thing. I love that stuff. I'm not as much of a fan of I do believe it's like the JRPG practice to where they give you a protagonist, kind of like Persona, to where they give you, hey, this is Joker. This is what he looks like. And then they have anime later on showing him fully voiced and making, his own decisions and everything like that. And you sit there like, man, that's not how mine went down. You know what I mean? I would much rather have you be your own character. You have whatever dialogue options, whatever, and throw you out into the world. Like Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Fallout, Skyrim. I love that stuff because you make your own character and you just send them out in the world and you do your own thing and you play as that character. You play as basically yourself. You can play as somebody different. Sure, that's the point of RPGs. But there's probably a few times, and I guarantee you there's not a single person who plays RPGs alive that doesn't play an RPG as themselves at least once. Because I know I do. Anytime that I play an RPG, I play it as myself, and like, this is what I do. This is the situation that I'm thrown in. This is exactly what I do. However, RPGs like The Witcher, to where you are playing as Geralt of Rivia, I can't really... It's not that I can't get behind it. It's just I don't feel as connected to the character. That makes sense? Because of the decisions that you make and everything like that, I always think in the back of my mind, what would Geralt do? I always think in the back of my mind for Joker and Persona, what would Joker do? That's always there. That's not there whenever I play an RPG with a character I fully customize and I'm playing as out in their world. I really, really like RPGs where you get to be your own person and your own character. Outriders, that's coming out. Cyberpunk, that's coming out. God, I'm going to get so much mileage off of Cyberpunk. Even Starfield. Starfield is Bethesda's sci-fi version of Fallout and Elder Scrolls, which is awesome. I love it. Give me it always. I've been waiting for it forever. Just please, give me. But it's those types of games to where I love because you just create your own character and do your own thing, and it's great. Granted, people can argue that the whole Mass Effect 3 thing of a lot of Shepard's voice stuff not being choices is kind of blah, but like, to me, it seemed like all the choices or all the things that Shepard says over the course of Mass Effect 3 kind of like reflected your past decisions or how you were before. So it's whatever. Anyway, that's my little harping on RPGs. I say that and then I think of other things to say. I will say this. Okay, this will be the last thing I say. I understand there are RPGs like MMORPGs. To me, MMORPGs are great, but they don't give you the freedom and they don't give you like the dialogue options or anything like that, or the options to do this or do that. And yeah, granted, you have quests where like you can gather up all these materials and you could either give it to the starving farmer or you can give it to this wealthy guy, and depending on the price you get or whatever. One thing that drives me up a wall, and I've had this conversation before, and the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because it's a game that's in my life. It is a part of my life no matter what, is Destiny. I was so hoping, and still was, and actually I guess still am, that we will eventually get some sort of dialogue tree, dialogue options in Destiny. The only reason why I want that, the only reason that I hope for that, is because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, our characters know nothing of the world. They know what they've seen. And granted, yes, we have all these lore tabs and everything like that, and we found the bones of the Ahamkara and all that stuff. But Mass Effect and games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age and Fallout, and Elder Scrolls. They all do it right, because when there's a thing that comes up, let's just say there is a new race or whatever called the Tyrant in those universes. At that point in time, if there's people who know knowledge, they'll tell you, like, hey, this is what they are, this is what they're all about, and everything like that. And like all this. They're a warring race where they do nothing but cause war and everything like that. If a child from birth has been bred for war or whatever, whatever. We don't have that with Destiny. I would absolutely love to explore, to have my character be told, this is what the Cabal are. This is what the Fallen are. This is who the Taken are. This is who the Vex are. Here's all the information that we have. We don't get that with Destiny, and that breaks me. I have other issues, but as far as lore goes, and as far as giving information in an RPG standpoint, that's one of the things that breaks me for Destiny, in that specifically. All right, so I'm done ranting. That's going to be it. It's barely a half hour. Do you want these to be longer? Do you want these gray area session videos to be longer? Because I can make them longer. I have no problem making them longer. It's just, I may turn this into more of a talk show to where I sit here with somebody and discuss something. Maybe. We'll see. Shit can evolve. Doesn't have to stay the same all the time. You know me. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out and watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember, keep your heads up, be kind to each other, and for right now, wash your hands. Got it? All right. Bye now.